the traditional methods of what? Having a site manager, a property manager, drive around each site, right? Inspect it, call in, group text. That works, that's cumbersome, but the Home Depots of the world demand more, right? It makes it really easy to quickly prioritize where people are going. And also service verification. If you need to go back in time, if there's ever a dispute or a slip, trip, fall case, right? You go back in time, all this data is stored. Like, hey, we were there, we're on site, we did the right thing. Like the pavement's, been treated and the lot's been serviced.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Landscaper's Guide podcast. I'm excited to interview Christopher Lareau from Vue Robotics. So Chris, what is Vue Robotics?
Yeah, sure, appreciate it, Jack. So Vue Robotics, we've been in the industry for about 4 years now. We launched back in June of 2022. This is our fourth SIMA, fourth snow season, and we're based in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We essentially engineer, build, and design weather cameras, right? Site monitoring cameras. We are rapidly growing across the US and Canada. We're in about 40 states and a couple Canadian provinces. Most of our cameras deployed across a variety of sites, both within the snow and ice management industry, but also state and local government and federal government too. So any sort of critical infrastructure monitoring, that's like what we do as it pertains to weather.
Give me an example of a specific client. You don't need to mention their name.
Sure.
But like, how many cameras would they have on a property for the average, like, industrial client?
Yeah, that's a great question. Not every site is a candidate for a camera, right? There's obviously a cost affiliated with it, right? And you want to make sure that our customers have ROI, right, and value. So most of the sites that we're on are zero tolerance sites in this industry.
Yeah.
A good candidate for a site would be, well, there's a couple different variations. There's portfolios that have a single kind of logo or brand, right? Like I'm servicing 200 Home Depots across the US, right? And that's a very kind of high growth customer portfolio.
Okay, so great. So how many cameras would a Home Depot need?
So a Home Depot would take 1 to 2 cameras per site.
Okay.
Usually about one,
and
honestly.
So they're not security cameras?
They're absolutely not security
cameras. But someday maybe they could be, do you think? Or I'm sure that you're talking about that internally.
That's a great question. There's a lot in the works for the future, I'll just say that.
Okay.
We position ourselves as not being security cameras for lots of reasons, right? Mostly because our customer's customer, the Home Depot of the world, doesn't want third-party security cameras or surveillance cameras on their sites. That's not what we do. Data privacy, data retention these days is like kind of key, and we have some great tools to kind of manage that.
Yeah, so you're not a security camera at this time.
Correct, not a security camera at this time.
We're not going to rule it off, maybe someday, maybe.
Maybe in the future, for some other applications,
but
different device.
Okay, so a Home Depot, so this is good, because we can all picture a Home Depot might need 1 or 2 cameras.
Sure, yeah.
And what would that enable the snow contractor to do for that Home Depot client?
Right, so in the scenario, 100, 200 Home Depots, right? They're not all going to be in the same market, in the same region, within driving distance, right? It's impossible. Large portfolio spread out over, we'll just say, the East Coast, okay? So a few different benefits. One, just that broad oversight as a nor'easter, we'll say, rolls through the East Coast. Okay, I want to know, I'm that customer, I'm that contractor, I want to know quickly, within seconds, like, what's happening at all my sites across that customer's portfolio, right? And you can do that if you've got a robust, dense deployment of cameras instantly, versus the traditional methods of what? Having a site manager, a property manager, drive around each site, right? Inspect it, call in, group text. That works, that's cumbersome, but the Home Depots of the world, like, kind of demand more, right? I mean, this is, there's a lot of risk on those sites.
So if I were a snow contractor and I had a fleet and I was managing a region, and I had these cameras at my various locations, it would allow me to deploy my snow removal team based on where snowfall is happening first.
Exactly. It makes it really easy to quickly prioritize where people are going, right? And that's the response element. But then also service verification, right? You've got all this data for the site, you're benchmarking it, right? So if you need to go back in time, if there's ever a dispute or a slip, trip, fall case, right? You can go back in time, all this data is stored. Like, hey, we were there, we're on site, we did the right thing. Like the pavement's, been treated and the lot's been serviced.
So I was at I had my nachos and networking event the other night, and there were 2 of your salespeople there, and there was a buddy of mine, and he's like, well, why wouldn't I just use a trail cam? So tell me, why wouldn't I just use a trail cam?
That's, right? That's a great question, right? And people do use trail cams. You probably drive around and see a random trail cam on a Walmart or a Home Depot site, right? Our cameras are they're designed for this industry. They're designed for extreme weather events, right? Why that's important is, the device in Alaska, it's our coldest, darkest kind of deployment, right? And your typical trail cams, they're low cost. They might get you an image, but are they doing AI analysis?
Tell me about the AI component of your company, because I think this is a key differentiator.
It is. So when we started a few years ago, it was, hey, we're going to deliver an image and some basic weather data, right? Ground temp, air temp, dew point, humidity, pressure, cool, right? Ruggedized device, remote deployments. What we're doing with it, right? We're not only just doing images, right? And we're doing full motion video analysis. And why that's important to understand is it's a camera, but that camera really, truly is like an image sensor, right? So that's other data.
Well, because it provides temperature. What else is it providing?
Ground temperature, air temp, dew point, humidity, pressure, and then a high def image, which is differentiator, and the video. When you think about analyzing images and video data in AI, right? We were just looking at one image. Now we're looking at 20 to 40,000 images a day per site and analyzing.
And so if I have a whole bunch of these cameras, how much would a contractor, how many cameras might they be managing?
It depends on the size of our customers, right? Like there's some customers have one or two, others have 100, 200, right? So there's a big range. Honestly, we treat everyone the same too, right? Whether you're big or small, it's pretty much the same level of service with us. And you can kind of poll the industry, but I think you'll hear good things about.
Well, I guess my point is I might have hundreds, right?
Yeah, you might have hundreds, yeah.
And so if I had hundreds, how does the AI sort this and help me prioritize where to go?
That's a great.
So I'm not like personally looking in at 200 cameras and saying, all right, well, this one, I'm going to go here.
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's like you read our deck for like what we're working on, okay? So it does every camera has its own kind of AI model applied to it. Some of them have different things. Like we're weather focused, but we're also monitoring some other kind of unique applications, test cases, personnel identification on some construction sites, equipment identification. But to your question, kind of where we're headed, right, is yes, every camera's running kind of an AI model. And for us, that's really easy. It's like a switch. Turn on different models for each camera. Where we're headed is that, to your point, that broader portfolio kind of monitoring, like, okay, you've got 200 cameras, a weather system's rolling through. Here's the 15 sites you should be really concerned about, right? And unlike you having to monitor, I mean, it's kind of working that way a little bit today, but the AI is in the background, always kind of watching, right? And there's alerts and stuff based on it, but that's kind of where we're headed, is that broader enterprise kind of AI modeling to help you quickly move across your site.
And so what's your background? Is it in snow? Is it in robotics? Or how did you get into this?
That's a great question. So I spent 10 years in the Army as an intel officer, right?
Okay.
So a lot of this stuff is, building a common operating picture. A lot of military terms apply to this industry also. Probably not framed that way. But intel is no different than information and data from a site, and that could be from our site cameras, it could be about how you're managing your people and operations. But I spent 10 years in the Army, did some corporate stuff, a bunch of grad school, focused on technology and innovation. Founded the company 4 years ago with Patrick. We're also very active in the public workspace. I'm part of the newly formed American Public Works Association Technology Committee. So we're doing.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The American Public Works Association, the APWA, which is like the SIMA of public works, so to speak.
Okay.
I'm on their tech committee, newly formed last year, got appointed again this year, led the AI summit for the public works industry.
So American Public Works Association, is that something for snow and landscape contractors who focus on municipalities? Would that be something helpful to them, or does it do something different?
Some of them might serve local municipalities. They might have like a road contract, so to speak. But that organization are the cities and towns, right? So you'll have similar set of vendors.
Well, so let's pretend that I was a snow contractor that wanted cities and towns as a customer.
Yeah. Yep.
Would I go to that event and that association to meet?
Yeah, you might.
People who might hire me.
Yeah, you might.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking for the folks listening.
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few that do that.
An angle. I mean,
it's very regionally dependent, right? Yeah. But there are certainly snow and ice contractors that have government contracts. A lot of counties will kind of outsource that stuff too, or sub it out.
And so, Christopher, I met two of your employees. One of them was from the Army, and one of them I think was Navy, right?
Yes. Our strategy on hiring, just aside from hiring good people, I have a military background, and we're very highly focused on hiring veterans that are transitioning, right, from specific backgrounds. So our Navy hire comes from an Intel background also worked at the NSA for a few years. And our Army hire is coming from essentially the SF community, Special Forces community. So we're actively hiring veterans and veterans with certain skill sets that we find will be value add to our business.
Well, I like that. I had a guy on my show, Landscape and Nathan. Do you know Landscape and Nathan?
I don't know if I know those guys.
I don't know.
I've heard of them, but I don't know if I know
That's his name.
them.
I actually can't remember the name of his company offhand, but he was a veteran.
Yeah.
And he hires veterans. And it was just an interesting recruiting opportunity because there's a lot of people coming out of the armed forces that are looking for a job as a civilian. They're hardworking, they're trainable, they're coachable, and I just kind of wanted to plug that as a.
Totally.
I don't want people to come and take all your people, but I think it's cool.
They're mission focused. This is a mission focused organization, and I think that aligns. And honestly, you can teach sales and marketing pretty quickly, right? But having a strong character and a mission kind of focused mindset, you can't really train that. So we love them. They're great, and we're going to continue to build up the team as such.
Was it Lareau? Is that
Lareau, yeah.
Yeah,
Lareau.
Christopher Lareau from Vue Robotics. Thanks for coming on the Landscaper's Guide. Where can folks listening network with you if they'd like to?
We're active on LinkedIn, right? Yeah, we'll be making the rounds in the months that, I think we're doing a thing with Storm Equipment in August. We'll be at the SIMA Executive Leadership event down in Nashville.
Cool.
So we'll
Have you been to Nashville before?
Yeah, probably too many times.
Okay. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I love that city. That's cool. Well, Christopher, thank you, man.
Hey, thanks a lot,
man. Good to meet you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Great to meet you.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly updates to help you grow your snow and landscape company. My name's Jack Jostes, and click the link at the end of this video for the next one.